How does the immune system recognize and respond to infection? When a pathogen enters the body, one of the first responders is a special type of immune cell called an antigen-presenting cell, or APC. Dendritic cells are the best example of this type. Their job is to capture pieces of the invader, process them, and then present those pieces to other immune cells, specifically T cells, so the adaptive immune response can begin. Here's how it works step by step. First, the dendritic cell engulfs the pathogen through a process called phagocytosis, forming an internal vesicle that traps the pathogen. Inside that vesicle, lysosomes release digestive enzymes that break the pathogen down into smaller fragments. These fragments, which contain bits of the pathogen's proteins, are called antigens. Next, these antigens need to be paired with a molecule that will allow them to be recognized by other immune cells. That molecule is called an MHC protein, which is short for major histocompatibility complex. There are two main types, MHC class 1 and MHC class 2. MHC class 1 molecules usually display antigens that come from inside the cell, such as from viruses infecting the cell. MHC class 2 molecules display antigens that come from outside the cell, like bacteria or debris that have been phagocytosed and digested. In this image, we're focusing on MHC class 2 presentation. Inside the dendritic cell, MHC class 2 proteins are synthesized and packaged into vesicles. These vesicles then merge with the vesicle containing the digested pathogen, allowing the antigen fragments to bind to the peptide binding cleft of the MHC protein. Once the antigen is attached, the vesicle carrying the MHC antigen complex moves to the cell's surface. Now the dendritic cell is literally wearing the antigen on its outer membrane. This is called antigen presentation. At this point, the dendritic cell is ready to activate the adaptive immune system. When a T cell with a receptor that specifically recognizes that antigen comes into contact with the MHC antigen complex, it binds to it. This interaction between the antigen-presenting cell and the T cell is what activates the T cell, setting off a powerful cascade of immune responses. Activated T cells then coordinate the defense. They can stimulate B cells to make antibodies, activate cytotoxic T cells to kill infected cells, and release signaling molecules that direct the entire immune response. Antigen processing and presentation are critical because they form the bridge between the innate and adaptive immune systems. The dendritic cell's ability to take in a pathogen, break it down, and display its antigens allows the body to recognize exactly what it's fighting and to launch a targeted, memory-building response for the future.